Good evening from Disney Springs.
Hello.
Look who's back at Disney Springs.
We are at Disney Springs.
We're out for a bite to eat for some dinner. I don't know, maybe go try some other new drinks that we've been hearing about at Starbucks.
Or at least get a drink.
Yeah.
Basically, we're going to grab dinner and go to Starbucks because we wanted to go to Starbucks and dinner and didn't feel like cooking, so, you know.
And Ed felt like being out, so.
Which is nice, yeah. It's a
beautiful day out, too.
Probably a relatively short time and probably... it's a lot. It's a lot of stimulus at Disney Springs, always.
So we came a little bit on the earlier side for you to hopefully get you out before it gets a little bit crazy. But let's go grab some dinner, we'll grab some coffee, we'll sit down, we'll update you guys on what's been going on, and pizza time.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Let's go.
That was a yummy dinner. I love Pizza Ponte, which is right on the hill behind us there.
Yeah, you really like Pizza Ponte.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's not a lot of good pizza. At least in our experience, there's not been a lot of good pizza in Florida.
Particularly the part of Florida we live in doesn't have a lot of anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We are more in chain city, but Pizza Ponte is a pretty solid thing. It's the same. I mean, we've talked about them before. I
was gonna say we have multiple dining reviews.
But you know, it is the same.
It's the same restaurant group as Maria and Enzo's, which it's attached to, and Via Napoli and Epcot. So it's a similar style pizza, but cooked a little bit different.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different, but it's the same idea. And what I like about this one is that you can get it by the slice, which I always think is nice for a kind of grab and go option.
This is as close as you can get to grab and go Via Napoli slices, which I love.
Yeah.
So I had my San Gennaro slice, which is nice and spicy.
I just wanted a slice of pepperoni pizza. So,
but now continuing on with our Disney Springs evening, it's also like I said before, it's a beautiful evening out.
Yeah, I mean it's a little toasty, but it's not uncomfortable.
Oh, once that sun goes down with the breeze and everything. Yeah. So let's head over to Starbucks and get us our drinks that are going to be dessert for the night.
I mean, maybe there'll be dessert too, but we'll start with coffee.
It's Ed. There's going to be dessert.
Yeah.
I always find this Starbucks interesting because they have grass growing on the roof. It's kind of cool. It's a neat building. This Starbucks is so cool. I just found this outside seating area here where we're sitting along the water.
You just found this?
Well, I didn't know you could just come out behind Starbucks here. They have a fireplace with a green wall over it.
Yeah,
it's actually birds in the ficus here or whatever.
It's a pretty Starbucks, which is nice. Yeah.
We went for an old classic drink that we now love and a new drink. What'd you get, Ed?
Well, it's not an old classic. It's
it is for us now. We've had a lot of them.
I guess, yes. The pumpkin cream
cold brew.
Cold brew. It's just so good.
And I went for the new trending fake Starbucks drink, the Cinderella Latte. Which is pumpkin spice latte, but half of the pumpkin spice, and you replace it with white mocha.
Sounds very sweet.
Let's see. Oh, it is very sweet, but it's very seasonal too. You gotta try that. Oh, that's good. It's got more of like the coffee flavor. And a little bit. Oh, really?
Not at all.
Oh, I like it. I like my pumpkin cream better, but that's a cool drink too. I like that.
I don't like it at all.
Oh, weird. I would have thought you did.
What is it? The white mocha?
It's white mocha and pumpkin cream.
I don't like the white mocha.
Or pumpkin spice.
No.
All right, so technically it's a pumpkin spice latte, is what it comes up as. But yeah.
There's a reason that Starbucks hasn't created it.
And why it's still an unofficial drink?
That they had to say to us, to our face, this is an unofficial drink.
I like it.
It shouldn't be. This is delicious.
That one's good too. I like that. All right, so we said we were going to do a little bit of an update while we're sitting here at Starbucks. So when we last left off, you and I were over at Animal Kingdom, and we were out for dinner for the evening, and then Sunday happened.
Overnight, I woke up with
You said like a lot of pressure. You came to me upset. You were losing your vision.
Yeah, I really couldn't see clearly.
And you also complained it was the worst headache of your life. So I called.
Yeah, I've never had anything like it.
And it was weird because looking at Ed, like he looked okay, but he was telling me he wasn't. So I called the on-call physician. They said it's a common thing that a lot of times when you finish the steroid taper, which Ed had on Friday, you get rebound headaches and symptoms and things like that. So they started him back on steroids, which he's again tapering now. So hopefully this one's a little bit smoother because we now are aware of it and preemptively using Tylenol. But yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, no, scary doesn't quite do it justice. It was. Now, I've never actually had a migraine.
Because Ed's symptoms, when he was explaining to me, sounded like a migraine. Smells were bothering him, sounds. He had to go into a dark room and lay down while the medication took effect. So it was a scary Sunday, and it was definitely a setback for your progress over the weekend.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. It was, because we had just come off, like you said, came off the heels of being out and doing things and starting to get some normalcy back, and it was bad.
Mm-hmm. And visibly, I could see like the swelling under your scalp moving to different areas, so it didn't not make sense.
Yeah.
And fast forward to later on in the week, you went to see the ophthalmologist, who was the original doctor that prescribed the CT that found this, and even he validated you that there's so much swelling going on that will change your vision. And basically, with your upcoming chemo and radiation, he said to you, your vision's gonna suck for the rest of the year.
That is.
I liked his bluntness, though.
Yeah, that is what the doctor said. By the way, very good eye doctor.
Yes, we like him very much.
It was just sort of, this is the way it's gonna be, because just with this and all, like you said, with the chemo and radiation and the eye pressure and the removal of the tumor, my vision itself is likely changing because my actual script might be an issue right now. And he confirmed a little bit of the visual field loss. Something Ed had been noticing is on the right lower side of both eyes, and I think we mentioned this before, you have a little bit of vision loss, and that actually directly relates to where the tumor was removed from your brain. Yeah.
He's hoping comes back a little bit as the swelling goes down, but it's probably somewhat of a permanent change for your life.
And most of the time I don't notice. Now, I haven't driven yet, although I am cleared to drive.
Yes, yep.
I guess it's not enough that I probably wouldn't even notice necessarily. We didn't even really notice the first few days. I thought it was just sort of blurry until we went for the post-op and they said, I was actually not, it was sort of like right here. I wasn't noticing the fingers that were moving. I didn't notice they were there.
So the ophthalmologist gave you another little, like blessing on your progress, even though we're about to go through some hard times again as we head towards chemo and radiation. As you know, you had been waiting to hear about the clinical trial.
Yeah.
Ed was approved to join the clinical trial group that'll be starting mid to late October.
The research is promising, but unclear, and it is not necessarily something that's going to impact us at this stage, at this time.
So basically what they're doing is they're trying a new medication that has been used before, but not for brain cancer patients.
Right.
And they're going to see, what the doses are. And when Ed and I read through the study, me being totally 100% selfish, this is my husband about to undergo a clinical trial, I felt like the risks outweighed the benefits too much for me to give him my blessing, but told him that whatever he wanted to do. And when you read it, you realized it's a great program, but it's not the right timing in the study for you to take part in this.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of being part of a trial, and I'm still open to being in trials, because I'll still be a cancer patient for as long as I'm around. If other things present themselves, I'd still like to be part of it.
Yep.
I think it's an hour and a half from home.
For the 5 to 6 weeks that he's doing radiation, he would have to go every day for his 15-minute radiation session, an hour and a half away to Tampa.
Right. And so the actual impact was really high. Like you said, about 3 hours of driving for a 15-minute appointment. That's not good for recovery. That's not good for just overall
well-being.
Overall being.
And I even said to Ed that if he was going to take part in the study, I was going to move our family of the 4 of us with the 2 dogs to Tampa, because that was going to take a burden off of me worrying. And it just started.
I think we would have if it was at a later stage in the trials, but knowing that it was just the cost was too high for us.
The risks and everything. So right now it makes the most sense to have Ed do his radiation locally here somewhere in the Orlando area, come home every day and sit with the dogs and continue treatment otherwise with Moffitt, and keep an eye out for studies down the road, because Ed will be a patient at Moffitt for as long as we're living here in Florida.
Sure. Oh, I love the idea of being part of trials. I would be in a trial at any stage in the game. It was just with the recovery, it was a lot to take on right now for that much to go relocate our family for 6 weeks. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And it wasn't right for us for this moment.
But I give a lot of credit to everyone who is participating in that study, and it'll be. I hope they find great findings
and may
from it.
save our lives.
And actually, if the study goes well, let's say you have a recurrence in 5, 10, 15 years, that might be of benefit to you at a later date. All the people that are participating in the trial now.
I'm still able to participate in the study at potentially if they're in a later stage.
Later
then
on.
I could try to get back in at some point.
Yep.
So
So we're going to move forward with your radiation and chemo here, and that's kind of the next step, is finding a radiation oncologist somewhere that you want to go and establishing your treatment plan here.
Yeah. So it is a relief in some ways that we don't have to go so far.
Yes, and you'll still follow up with your neuro-oncologist down there and the surgeon.
Fantastic,
Yep. So, yeah, that's kind of the update. You're wearing contact lenses today.
Today was my first day wearing contact lenses and not wearing glasses, and that is so nice.
You're happier than you have been in a little while.
It feels really good. So, yeah.
So you just made a really good find for people who are fans of villains over in Disney Style just now.
Oh, the Disney Style, the villain shirts, like the Scar and
the comic book
Jafar.
shirts.
Yeah, those were kind of clever. I thought that was different. I'd never seen those before.
That was really a lot of fun. So just took a stop at
We didn't
Disney.
buy any, but
No, because we don't buy anything ever. We only buy edible things like food and desserts and snacks and Starbucks drinks.
yeah.
But that was a fun night for you out tonight. Felt good to get out.
Yeah, it feels good to be out. I'm hoping that we'll have more good days than bad days. At least spattered in there with some good days.
Yep, and hopefully you can still find those once you're doing your radiation treatments and chemo. So that was our evening here at Disney Springs. Just a quick bite to eat at Pizza Ponte. Pizza. And then some of the fun seasonal drinks over at Starbucks. And other than that,
we can't complain. We got to go out. One of the nice fortunes of being close is we got to go over to Disney Springs, grab a coffee and pizza, and go home. So,
And it's been helpful that while you've been recovering, everyone's been sending, really sweet cards with Starbucks gift cards because they know you love your Pumpkin Cream Cold Brew.
You're asking, you shall receive, and Starbucks just keeps on giving.
Yep. So if you enjoyed our little expedition to Disney Springs tonight and you enjoy seeing Ed getting out and about, make sure to give this video a giant thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified every time we upload a new video. And if you're interested in supporting our efforts, look down in the description below for our Patreon and our PayPal.
Oh, and take the link to this video and share.
Good night.
Good night.